Good evening. You're watching the main news on HKIBC. I'm Isabel Wong.
And I'm Raymond Yeung. Here are tonight's top stories. Suspect at center of proposed extradition law changes admitted to killing his girlfriend in Taiwan.
Medical Council to vote again on making it easier for foreign-trained doctors to work in city.
And WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange charged by US and faces extradition.
The High Court heard today that a murder suspect wanted by Taiwan admitted to police to killing his girlfriend on the island last year.
The suspect will be sentenced later this month for stealing his girlfriend's bank card, but he cannot be tried in Hong Kong for the murder. Yeung reports.
Chan Tong-kai appeared in the dock for the first time since he was arrested last year for stealing his girlfriend's bank card and using it to withdraw money. The 20-year-old student was accused of 4 counts of money laundering. He pleaded guilty to all charges. The High Court heard that the defendant had admitted under police caution that he killed Poon Hee-wing while the pair was on holiday in Taiwan in February last year. Poon was pregnant at the time. The court also heard that Poon had told the defendant that the baby was not his and belonged to her ex-boyfriend. Prosecutors alleged that the defendant aggressively held the girl and bumped her head into a wall after learning the news. Poon died 10 minutes after an altercation, they said. Chan then put the body in a suitcase before disposing it at a park. He then flew back to Hong Kong the same afternoon. However, those were not the reasons why he was held in Hong Kong. Instead, it was when he used Poon's bank card to withdraw money from her account twice that he violated money laundering laws. Judge Anthea Pang insisted she could not handle the potential murder or manslaughter elements of the case. She will sentence Chan on the 29th of April for his money laundering convictions. Yeung, HKIBC.
Security Secretary John Lee said the government was racing against time to pass the extradition bill so it could surrender murder suspect Chan Tong-kai to Taiwan, a jurisdiction the city did not have an extradition agreement with.
The Taiwan murder case has proven that the possibility of another very serious case will happen anytime, at any place, particularly when we have only signed long-term surrender agreement with 20 jurisdictions. So we must do these things to ensure that, people who have committed serious offenses do face the justice they deserve, and also at the same time to ensure that citizens of Hong Kong are protected from people who have committed serious crime. The present ordinance are actually made in such a way that we make full reference to the model treaty that is passed in the United Nations. So this, the present practice have already ensured that the required safeguards, including legal and human rights, are in accordance with the international practice.
Lee said he was well aware of Chan's money laundering trial, which had reached a verdict this afternoon. He revealed authorities had reached out to Taiwanese officials through a bilateral platform to see how both sides could speed up preparatory work and facilitate the eventual extradition. Meanwhile, lawmaker Holden Chow, who has been assisting the family of the murdered victim, predicted Chan would be slapped with a sentence of 1 to 2 years. Deducting time he had already served while in detention, Chow was worried the murder suspect could be released before extradition laws could be amended in time to authorize his handover.
The Medical Council will vote again on May 8th on whether to exempt foreign-trained doctors from an internship requirement before they can practice here.
But there are some issues that need to be decided ahead of the vote. More from Yeung.
A second attempt to push for plans to attract foreign doctors to practice in the city is expected to be made next month. But before the ballot, several doctors' groups and members from the Medical Association will meet today to decide on how to vote. Foreign doctors are currently required to take up internships and licensing exams before they can work in Hong Kong. But critics say the internship requirement should be scrapped in order to attract overseas talent to the city, where hospitals are facing a major manpower crisis. Different proposals to fully exempt foreign-trained doctors from an internship requirement were put to a vote at the Medical Council last Wednesday. But all of them were vetoed after failing to get enough support from council members. Some members who supported the change blamed secret ballots for the defeat. They demanded a second vote using a new voting system. That led Council Chairman Joseph Lau to call for an open ballot on the 8th of May. Speaking ahead of the meeting, Lau said he was open to other options.
Voting options are welcome, provided they are done in a proper way. So if there are more than one proposal for voting, then the members present at the meeting will vote for the best voting system.
But Lau faced another problem. Council rules do not allow the same issue to be voted on again for 6 months. The council chairman has said he would propose a special suspension of that rule. He believed 2/3 of the council would support his idea. Yupinam, HKIBC.
Turning overseas, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is facing extradition to the US after he was arrested and dragged out of the Ecuadorian embassy in London yesterday.
He faces a U.S. federal charge of conspiracy to commit computer intrusion and could be sent to prison for 5 years if convicted, Wong reports.
British police arrested WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange at the Ecuadorian embassy in London yesterday, ending a 7-year diplomatic stalemate. The 47-year-old Australian